Hi, this is Gwen, your emotional freedom coach and inner child advocate. And I'm going to keep telling you these stories and doing these videos until they get better and better. So please bear with me, okay? Today I want to share a story that my partner David has given me permission to share. It's a tapping session that we had, and quite a while ago, actually, when I first started doing tapping 8 years ago. And we David had really struggled with something that seems kind of silly as we're talking about it, but he really struggled with being sticky. You know, like syrup sticky, sticky. And he really struggled with it. And when the kids were little, I can't tell you the number of bottles of syrup that went in the garbage as a ceremonial boom, dropping them in the garbage. And if you don't stop letting the syrup get, he'd walk in the kitchen and his socks would stick to the floor, or he'd reach for the refrigerator handle and it would be sticky. And he really had a hard time with it. And we just really didn't think much of it. We teased him and his family and whatnot, but we didn't really think much of it. And then when I started doing tapping, I started to pay attention that it was a little bit more intense than just not liking to be sticky. And so one day I asked him if he wanted to tap on it. And I took him to the sink and got out the bottle of syrup and was about to pour syrup into his hand over the sink. And he started to cry. It was really upsetting for him. So I knew then that there was something much deeper than just not liking to be sticky. So we did some tapping, and as we tapped, even back then, I knew I could follow the link or the thread, so to speak, back to what happened back in the day, back when he was a child. And we started tapping and released some of the tension and anxiety about it. And we got to the point where he remembered a time when he was about 6, and he's the baby of 7, and they went camping, and they were having s'mores over the campfire that night. And, s'mores with marshmallows and chocolate and graham crackers and whatnot. And so they're having a great time. And, he went to bed. They went to bed. And then the next morning he got up early and he was being a 6-year-old boy and running around and kind of dancing around the campfire. And he stepped on an old s'more that someone had dropped the night before. And it stuck to the bottom of his foot. And he was trying desperately to get it off. And for a 6-year-old, that is a traumatic experience. And he couldn't get it off. And so that stuck with him all these years. And he didn't have a clue why until we did the tapping and we were able to calm his amygdala in his brain, his threat response in his brain down enough for him to remember. And so we were able to clear that. And now he doesn't seem to have a problem with sticky at all. He will just simply just shrug and walk to the sink and wash his hands. He doesn't have any emotional reaction to it at all. And so even though that might sound like a little thing, it has improved the quality of his life. And it's improved the quality of my life, not having to have him, be so upset about things like that. And especially with all of our grandkids, it's really nice for him to not have that reaction anymore. And so a little bit of freedom goes a long way. Emotional freedom, I mean. So anyway, there you have it. And I'm before 5 minutes. I'm so excited. So anyway, I look forward to coming back and sharing another story with you next week. Thanks so much. Make it a great day.